Dr. Rosalind Bergerman, and I'm the chair of Asperger Leaders, which is an organization that supports people with hidden disabilities in the workplace. I am an individual myself. I have Asperger's. I found out quite late in my career that I had Asperger's, and I'd always wondered what it was about me that made it difficult in the workplace. I had to develop my own coping strategies because there was no support for me. When I was finally diagnosed with Asperger's, I made the decision I wanted to help other people who are going through similar things as myself, because there is no support for people at our level. So I established Asperger Leaders. We provide support to people individually with hidden disabilities, but we also have a second side to that. So we go into the organization, we provide education to managers. What are Asperger's, dyslexia, dyscalculia? What does it mean? All of the people in Asperger Leaders have the condition. So for example, as I said, I have Asperger's. So I will go to the managers and say, this is what we experience. This is how we see things, rather than a specialist going in and saying, as a psychologist, blah, blah, blah. It's very personal. There are various types of hidden disability. Obviously, Asperger's is our key one because that's how the organization started. An example of that would be an employee who has done extremely well in their organization and suddenly they've been promoted into a management position. People with Asperger's sometimes struggle with social communication, office politics, emails, and that sort of thing. So when we're doing coaching with them, we can help them to, how do you work with your PA? How do you actually phrase emails so that it's not seen as aggressive? How can you actually communicate in ways with your team that you haven't had to do before, and that sort of thing. And then also working with the managers to say, if you are having now a person coming in to work with you who has Asperger's, they will be processing information like this and like this and like this, which is different. But other types of hidden disability are dyslexia. For example, a lot of people have dyslexia. A lot of managers consider that their staff just are careless because they make spelling mistakes, etc. The same with dyscalculia, if I pronounce that right, and that's my disability, I can't pronounce things right, where people struggle with numbers. They see numbers the wrong way round. Very similar. It can be overcome if coping strategies are provided, but until they have that, people just think they're careless with adding up and things like that. One of the key things about running a program like this is it's part of your corporate social responsibility to actually offer support to people. So many staff won't actually disclose that they have a hidden disability because they're concerned that it may affect their career progression, create a glass ceiling, create a stigma. If you offer some sort of support through your intranet where people can actually go to this directly without it necessarily being disclosed to the employer, you are showing your staff that you're offering them support without judging them. Some of the key benefits are that you will have employees who are, number one, more self-confident. Some of the challenges that they may be experiencing in the workplace, for example, around performance, communication, etc., are overcome. But also where we give education to the managers, it's helping the managers to better performance manage their staff. So it's the two working together, not just the one, but both. It's the first time that we've come through to the Employee Benefits Conference. We felt it was time to actually go and offer our product to organizations. But it has been very interesting, the conversations we've been having. There have been a lot of people who have approached us from a personal perspective. So they have relatives, friends, other people they know who are in the workplace who need support. So how can that help them? Others who are corporate employers who actually have staff working for them and they have no idea how to support them in the workplace, as well as other staff that they know there's an issue, but they don't know how do we actually go about finding out what to do. So all of the conversations have been extremely positive, and the feedback we've had from everyone has been that it's the first program of this type that they've seen. The physical form for the individual tends to be one-to-one coaching, mentorship and career counselling. I also have a number of books published that we actually give as training for them, as published through a publishing house. an Asperger Leaders guide to various subjects like entrepreneurship, public speaking, change management, etc. But it's also done in group form for managers. So for example, you will do within an organization group training for the managers in organization to recognize potential hidden disabilities, how do we handle it and things like that. I think the key difference is that everyone within Asperger Leaders has the condition that they're helping people with. So as an example, as I said, I have Asperger's. I am coaching people, mentoring people, etc., who have Asperger's. So when I work with them, they know I understand exactly what it is they're going through. We can talk on a different level. When I'm educating managers, it's not a case of saying, I have been trained to tell you that these people do this. I am saying, we experience things like this. Light to us look like this. An overload to me feels like this. And things like that. If you're interested, the next step is to have a look at our website. There are a lot of links on there as to some of the programs that we do and a lot of examples, but I'd also recommend contact us, give us a call, and we can organise to come and have a chat with you about your organisation's needs.